Why you're better off when things are *king terrible, leveraging adversity for growth. Life improvement isn't always a straightforward, linear process. Counterintuitively, sometimes having your life take a turn for the worse can lead to better outcomes in the long run. This paradoxical concept, known as the region beta paradox, offers valuable insights into personal growth and life changes. Let's explore why you might actually be better off when things are terrible and how to harness this principle for positive transformation. Understanding the region beta paradox. The region beta paradox, introduced by psychologist Daniel Gilbert, illustrates how situations that seem worse can sometimes lead to better outcomes. To understand this concept, let's consider an example. The Bob scenario. Imagine Bob, who commutes to work daily. His office is a mile away, and he walks, taking 20 minutes. The grocery store is 2 miles away, so he cycles, taking only 8 minutes. Paradoxically, if Bob's workplace were 2 miles away instead of 1, he'd arrive faster by cycling. This scenario demonstrates how a seemingly worse situation, a more distant workplace, could lead to a better outcome, faster commute. The comfort trap, when okay becomes the enemy of a great. Many people find themselves stuck in situations that are not terrible but far from optimal. A mediocre job with decent benefits but no growth prospects. A subpar living situation in a good location. A relationship lacking chemistry but with practical advantages. Manageable health issues that impact quality of life. These scenarios exemplify the comfort trap, situations that are tolerable enough to endure but prevent us from seeking better alternatives. The psychology of change, pain as a catalyst. Change is challenging, often requiring significant activation energy to initiate. This is where psychological pain plays a crucial role. Pain threshold. We often need to cross a certain threshold of discomfort before taking action. Adaptation versus action. Below this threshold, we tend to adapt to suboptimal situations rather than change them. Activation energy. Only when the pain of staying the same exceeds the pain of change do we typically act. The frog in the pot analogy. The classic analogy of a frog in a pot of slowly heating water illustrates our tendency to adapt to gradually worsening conditions. A frog in boiling water jumps out immediately. In slowly heating water, it adapts and eventually perishes. This analogy, while not scientifically accurate for frogs, aptly describes human behavior. We often endure incrementally worsening situations, adapting rather than taking decisive action. The comfort of familiarity, a double-edged sword. Our preference for the familiar, even when it's suboptimal, stems from several psychological factors. Fear of the unknown. Venturing into new territory can be intimidating. Loss aversion. The pain of losing what we have often outweighs the potential benefits of change. Habit formation. We naturally gravitate towards established routines, even if they're unfulfilling. This tendency can trap us in a comfortably numb state, where we're neither thriving nor suffering enough to initiate change. The mental health implications of prolonged complacency. Remaining in this middle ground for extended periods can have serious consequences. Chronic frustration, constant dissatisfaction with one's circumstances. Hopelessness, feeling trapped and unable to improve one's situation. Depression, prolonged unfulfillment can lead to clinical depression. Midlife crisis, sudden realization of years spent in unsatisfying circumstances. Strategies for overcoming the comfort trap. While the region beta paradox suggests that worse situations can lead to better outcomes, deliberately worsening your circumstances isn't advisable. Instead, consider these strategies. Erster, self-assessment. Regularly examine areas of your life that feel suboptimal. Be honest with yourself about your level of satisfaction and potential for improvement. Zweite Challenge, limiting beliefs. Often, we convince ourselves that our current situation is fine, or that we don't deserve better. Identify and challenge these self-limiting beliefs. Dritter, fear-setting exercise. Developed by Tim Ferriss, this exercise helps overcome the paralysis that often accompanies big decisions. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Define your fears. List all potential negative outcomes of a desired change. Be specific and detailed. Step 2. Preventive measures. Identify actions you could take to prevent or reduce the likelihood of these negative outcomes. Step 3. Damage control. Consider how you could repair the situation if the worst-case scenario occurs. Step 4. Benefits of partial success. List potential benefits, even if things don't go exactly as planned. Step 5. The cost of inaction. This crucial step involves considering the long-term consequences of not making a change. Reflect on how your life might look in 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years if you maintain the status quo. 4. Incremental changes. Instead of drastic measures, start with small, manageable changes to build momentum and confidence. 5. Seek discomfort. Deliberately put yourself in slightly uncomfortable situations to build resilience and adaptability. 6. Set ambitious goals. Having clear, challenging objectives can provide the motivation needed to overcome complacency. Leveraging the region beta paradox in various life domains. Let's explore how this concept applies to different aspects of life. Career. Comfort trap, staying in a stable but unfulfilling job. Region beta scenario, losing job security forces exploration of more fulfilling career paths. Relationships. Comfort trap, remaining in a passionless but convenient relationship. Region beta scenario, a breakup leads to personal growth and potentially more fulfilling connections. Health. Comfort trap, ignoring minor but chronic health issues. Region beta scenario, a health scare prompts lifestyle changes and improved overall well-being. Personal growth. Comfort trap, sticking to familiar routines and skills. Region beta scenario, failure in a new endeavor leads to valuable learning experiences and skill development. The importance of proactive change. While the region beta paradox highlights how adverse situations can lead to positive outcomes, waiting for things to become terrible isn't ideal. Instead, cultivate self-awareness, regularly assess your satisfaction in various life areas. Embrace discomfort, seek out challenging situations that promote growth. Set stretch goals, aim for objectives that push you beyond your comfort zone. Practice resilience, develop the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Maintain perspective, remember that temporary discomfort often leads to long-term gains. Conclusion, harnessing adversity for personal growth. Understanding the region beta paradox doesn't mean we should seek out terrible situations. Instead, it offers a valuable perspective on the role of adversity in personal development. By recognizing the dangers of complacency and the potential benefits of challenging circumstances, we can approach difficulties with a growth mindset. Take proactive steps to improve suboptimal situations. Build resilience and adaptability. Continuously strive for personal and professional growth. Remember, the goal isn't to make your life worse, but to recognize when you're stuck in a comfortably numb state and take action. By doing so, you can avoid the slow boil of complacency and leap towards a more fulfilling life. The next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, consider the potential for growth it presents. While it may be uncomfortable in the moment, it could be the catalyst for positive change you've been needing. Embrace the discomfort, leverage the region beta paradox, and use it as fuel to become better than you were yesterday.